So the scenario being that somebody's collapsed, they call for help. This person needs help. It doesn't have to be witnessed. Sometimes it is. These two individuals decided they're willing to help. So my partner Keith decides he's going to help this person. So he gets down. He wants to see if they need help. Are they in cardiac arrest? So he does the, sir, can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me? He gets no response, and the person makes no attempt to move of any sort. He knows this person needs help. So at this point, he advises someone to call 911, or the emergency number, which in the province is 911, and to go get an AED if one is available, and come back to him when they're done. At that point, he goes right to the chest. Now again, he wanted to do a pulse check, but that's just because of our training now. But, so he goes right to the chest, and he's going to push fast, push hard, singing the Bee Gees song in his head. Staying alive, staying alive. So, and he's going to do that at a 30-2 ratio. So 30 compressions, pushing fast, pushing hard in the center of the chest. And at the end of the 30th compression, now he's going to move up, take a look at the breathing, try to give a breath. The breath goes in, he'll give another one, just long enough for the chest to rise, and go back in the chest and back on the compressions. Now what he's doing as well is as he comes up off the chest, he's allowing the chest to fully recoil. That allows the heart to fill up with blood. And as he pushes down, then he pushes the blood out of the heart into the rest of the vital organs. At this point, my partner Melissa shows up with the AED in her hand and says, I went and found this AED on the wall. Melissa at this point also will double check with Keith that he's activated the EMS system. He says, yes, I have. So she starts the AED, and because this is a training one, there's a few more steps I'll help him with here. So as she pops the lid, in this particular model, it turns everything on and starts prompting her. So at this time, Keith would continue to do the CPR until the machine's ready to do its thing. So they follow, if you look, and people can see, and I'll show you. There's a nice picture on each one that shows you exactly where to put them. If somebody's got if they have to make good contact, if somebody's got a hairy chest and the contact isn't that good, you can do one of two things. A lot of these ones in places have a razor. You can do a quick shave, a cloth to wipe down the chest if they're sweating. Or the other option being is the pads are really, really sticky. So you can slap them on the chest. If they don't stick, just give them a yank and then pull all the air with it. Slap the new set of pad on. Okay. Once the machine's on,
remove all clothing from patient. Do not touch patient.
So the machine tells Keith to stop.
Evaluating heart rhythm. Stand by. Preparing to shock. Everyone clear. Press flashing button.
I'm clear, you're clear, everyone clear? Shocking now?
Shock delivered.
As soon as that shock's delivered, Keith goes right back on the chest. And pushes fast and pushes hard. And all they're going to do is they're just going to repeat that cycle over and over and over again until the ambulance arrives.
Does it matter if the pad is this way or this way on the body?
Continue care.
That way or?
I don't think it really matters as long as you follow the picture as best as you can. Yeah. And if you take a CPR course, they teach you little tricks like avoiding putting the pad right over top of a pacemaker. You'll see it look like a deck of cards. But usually the pads go here and here, and a pacemaker goes here, so sometimes you can avoid that. They say to avoid metal surfaces like metal grates, and that thing, because it does conduct electricity. Water you have to be aware of. I would have no problem personally defibrillating on a pool deck. I've done it before. But for safety reasons for the non-medically trained rescuer, they'll probably be moved off the pool deck or put on a board and make sure there's no contact with the water, because it's like it does conduct electricity. So we have to be safe of anything that conducts electricity. And when you take the CPR courses, it talks about all this, about the electricity. And these machines are so effective. They're now used for kids too. There's special pads in place that actually decrease the electricity if you're having to do CPR on a child. What the reasoning thought behind it though too is if you don't have the special kid paddles and the child needs the defibrillation, and that's all you got, is to go ahead and do it. That's another, that's the other part that's talked about in your CPR training. And is anybody here taking the one when we put all the AEDs in? Yeah, so you're well aware of all these things and that sort of thing like that.